To that, we are going to have an opening act that is laying our logo by the Ndele troop, which is already in position, so that we can start the process. Let's have the team undertaking that exercise. We want to welcome all the delegates from across the country. But some we want to thank you for ensuring that this happens. We want to welcome the members of the diplomatic corps. We have the High Commissioner of the Republic of Rwanda, the High Commissioner of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, the Ambassador of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, the Ambassador of the Republic of the Sudan. Having done that, Your Excellency, allow me to request you, sir, to call the meeting to order. To call the meeting to order as we go through the program. We start with you calling the meeting to order, and then the Secretary will read the notice, but also the report of the National Executive Council, and then we proceed, sir.
Pakistan's movement will be held under the theme Building a Shared Prosperity as we safeguard the future. This notice was issued on the 27th of August 2025, and speaks of the conference running from the 27th to the 28th of August at KOLOLO'S Independent Ceremonial Ground. The notice continues to say, the conference will receive the following for their consideration, which shall also constitute the agenda of the meeting. There will be a keynote address by the national chairman of the party. There will be a presentation of the Right Honorable Secretary General's report. There will be a presentation of names of recommended persons from the National Executive Council who are standing for elections to the following positions in the Central Executive Committee of the party. These positions are the National Chairman, the first National Vice Chairman, the second National Vice Chairperson female, the sixth Vice Chairperson representing the regions of Uganda, which are Eastern Region, Central Region, Northern Region, Western Region, Kampala, and Karamoja. On number 4 of the notice, it states there will be campaigns by nominees in item 3, as mentioned above, and there will be subsequent elections. Item 5, the notice states the conference will receive and pass resolutions regarding which persons have been elected to the offices enumerated in agenda item number 4 above. Item 6 of the notice, the conference will receive the names of the persons who have been recommended by the National Executive Committee to be elected as the presidential candidate of NRM, for the presidential candidate of NRM in the 2026 presidential election. The conference will receive and pass resolutions regarding which persons have been duly elected as the presidential candidate for NRM in the 2026 presidential elections. And thereafter, the conference will receive an address by the elected 2026 presidential flag bearer, and we shall close the conference through singing of anthems and adjournment. The notice was signed by Yoweri Kaguta Tibahura Museveni, who is the national chairman of the National Resistance Movement. It was signed on the 26th of July 2025. I request that I read this resolution in 2 parts. The part that recommends candidates to the conference, I will read at the time when we are handling issues of elections. But nevertheless, I will read the resolutions and forward all these names, and I'll request the NRM Chairman Electoral Commission to come forward as we prepare to put the fundamental questions to the conference. Report recommendations and resolutions of the National Executive Council to the National Conference of the National Resistance Movement of its meeting held on the 23rd of August 2025. Whereas we members of the National Executive Council of the National Resistance Movement, having met in a cordial session at Entebbe on Saturday, the 23rd August 2023, and whereas we have received the inspiring address of the National Chairperson, reflecting our historical and revolutionary tradition of the struggle, as well as projecting into the future of transformed and united Africa, and having listened attentively to the report of the Secretary General of the relentless organizational journey of the movement, conscious of our duty to members of the movement and the people of Uganda, and keeping in mind the urgency of all the matters discussed and the need to take corrective measures, hereby resolved as follows. Number 1, to warmly recommend to the National Delegates Conference the adoption of the inspiring address of the National Chairperson as a strategic visionary document of the movement, reflecting our revolutionary past and a transformed future of a united Africa. 2, to warmly recommend to the National Delegates Conference adoption of the report of the Secretary General as an operational working document of the movement. Number 3, to strongly condemn criminality, bribery, and any kind of electoral malpractices, and further to endorse the urgent investigation of reports of the hiding of delegates who are supposed to participate in elections of the conference. Number 4, to place on record that we have evaluated candidates for the positions of the NRM Presidential Flag Bearer, National Chairperson, the first National Vice Chairperson, the second National Vice Chairperson, representing female, Vice Chairpersons representing the East, Central, North, West, Kampala, Karamoja, and Karamoja region, to recommend to the National Conference the following candidates for election as the NRM Presidential Flag Bearer, the NRM National Chairperson, the first National Vice Chairperson, second National Vice Chairperson female, Vice Chairpersons representing Eastern Uganda, Central Uganda, Northern Uganda, Western Uganda, Kampala, and Karamoja regions. Kagota Museveni as an opposed chairperson of the National Resistance Movement. I will invite the chairman, NRM Electoral Commission, to come and put these questions because these are still elective issues. Number 2, the National Executive Council, General Retired Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as the NRM Presidential Flag Bearer for 2026 general election.